Every young man has a moment in his life where he snaps, where it's just too much, and where he realizes no more Mr. Nice Guy. He gets his heart broken, or he loses his job, or something happened that seems so unfair. All that work you put in, you've been a great listener to a woman, or you did a great job for a long time, and it's never been enough. And it's kind of the moment where, for this young man, and maybe this has been you in your life, think about it, his villain arc starts. So I want to talk about in this video about the different phases in a man's life. We're going from the beta phase, the typical beta male, the weak guy, into the sigma phase, which really just means a transitionary phase in becoming an alpha, right? If you're a sigma male, if you identify yourself as a sigma male, and I have myself, I've been watching these videos on and on, then you're really just not an alpha yet and you want to feel good about it. But that's okay. We're going to talk about this in this video. We live in a society where for young men these days, the ages of 14 to 18, there isn't a clear initiation phase anymore. There isn't an event in your life where you turn from a boy into a man, where you learn what it means to be masculine, what it means to be responsible. It's all very vague and transitory these days. So I want to give you a roadmap that helps you transition from a boy, from a beta male, which is fine, we all start somewhere, into an actual alpha, into a powerful man. So let's jump into it. We're all born as beaters, we're all born as boys, and there's nothing bad about it. We are children when we're born after all. The problem is, especially in these times, we're often lacking a masculine mentor, a father figure, somebody who we can aspire to be, and we're often lost. So there is beta males these days who are 24 years old, 28 years old, 42 years old, right? We need to become a man eventually. So let's analyze the transition from different character traits, different attitudes, different ways of seeing the world, and how we should transition to become alpha. Okay, so classical beta behavior is being nice, Mr. Nice Guy, right?
I'm sure you're a nice guy, but I don't need all that right now.
I don't know, maybe you've read the book No More Mr. Nice Guy. It talks about that a lot. Nice guy goes through the world and he expects, especially women, the women he's attracted to being nice back to him because he's so nice. And really what he wants is sex. So he doesn't get that because that's not how it works. And suddenly he realizes, that's it, no more Mr. Nice Guy, I'm just gonna be rude and I say what I mean now and I'm just alpha, which is not really alpha. So he starts acting rude. Only later in his transition as an alpha, and a lot of guys actually never make it across this line. This is very important. Making it across this line means you have to take responsibility. You have to take a step back. You often have to swallow your own ego and accept the world for what it is. You have to see reality for what it is. It's very difficult, especially alone, really almost impossible alone. I would argue crossing this line here from the wannabe alpha sigma male to a true alpha requires you to have a strong network, a tribe of men, mentors, good friends, real friends, collaboration, and so on. So let's assume you have that, or you will have that. You eventually will become generous. So you're still being nice, you're a nice guy, but now it comes from abundance, from strength, from giving because you want to give without expectation, not for giving because you're hoping to get sex in exchange. Super simple example, maybe you are with friends on a little trip and the nice guy would instantly ask the girl to carry her suitcase because, you know, he wants to be nice and he wants her to do something nice for him later. So he carries her suitcase. The other guy is like, no, fuck this girl, she's just selfish and so am I now, so carry your own suitcase, Sally. The alpha understands, I'm a fucking man, I'm stronger than her, so of course I'm gonna carry her suitcase. No big deal, that's just what I do.
Because I want to fit in.
Next up, romance. So we all love romantic movies and we want to believe that it works and we want to be this guy. We find out, just like the nice guy, it doesn't work. Being super friendly, romantic, writing poems, sending her love letters, sending her a favorite cute song, doesn't lead to her actually being attracted to us. So we get bitter. Now, this is due to a lack of understanding for female psychology. She doesn't want you to be super cute, romantic, always like cuddly. She needs you to be dominant. She needs you to be, yes, empathetic. You should understand the essence of romance and believe in love and be loving and have these traits in you, but not all the time. It shows weakness. I'm talking about this in my empathy dominance video. So eventually, if you make it over the green line, so to say, you become stoic. You gain so much experience in your life that you understand, yes, romance is important, love is important. You should be romantic. You should open yourself to love. But you also know sometimes the world is just fucked up. People leave you, people cheat on you, things don't go your way, and you have enough courage to open your heart, but you also have enough strength to deal with the downsides and the heartbreaks, and you're stoic about it. You accept reality. Next up, the topic of being yourself, right? A lot of beta dudes have a nerdy hobby that they can't stop talking about. It's Star Wars, it's Lord of the Rings, it's Harry Potter, it's Bitcoin, it's AI, it's the next big thing, and it doesn't even have to be a nerdy topic. It's just like, hey, I'm just being myself. I need to convince everybody that what I'm doing is the right thing. Even worse when people talk about black pill or red pill and trying to convince women that they're stupid and so on. So eventually he realizes that doesn't work, so I need to become somebody completely different. So he embodies another archetype completely. He starts wearing leather jackets, he drinks whiskey and acts like it's cool. He tries out motorcycling or some dangerous hobby, and he portrays that on social media as well. Like, I'm that guy now. I'm smoking cigars when I'm 17. I'm guilty of that. Insert video of me smoking a cigar. And really, he's just putting one mask over another mask. Eventually, he grows up, he becomes an alpha, and he's just relaxed. He has hobbies, he has interests, he's into stuff, he's researching things, he has a balanced view on the world, but he doesn't need to convince everybody constantly, right? So I would say this is the guy who bought like 0.1 Bitcoin and talks about Bitcoin nonstop and how the monetary system is fucked and you guys, we're living in a simulation, the matrix, the blah. And this guy owns like 20 Bitcoins and is just quietly accumulating wealth, and he's just fine about other people's opinion. It doesn't affect him too much, and he can have a balanced, nuanced conversation. When it comes to how beta guys see the female, a lot of dudes are very naive. They think women are angels, they're good girls, all they want is just a nice guy. And it is brutal when they face reality and they understand women also want toxic guys, women want dominance guys, women want to do crazy shit, they have crazy female sexual fantasies. And they become jealous because they put, so much nice guy energy and attention into the girl, and then she's fucking the toxic guy, the bad boy. They become super salty about that. And that often leads to them entering maybe the pickup phase, the pickup artist phase, the, I'm gonna become a dude phase. I'm gonna bang a lot of girls to prove to myself that I'm worthy of women. This is a phase in every man's life. And again, some guys get just stuck in that. They just get girl after girl after girl. Like, we know some pickup artists here on YouTube, they just brag with their lay count. They just want to show off, but really they're stuck in the beta/sigma phase, and they never reach the true abundance mindset where they don't need to have sex with a woman to know that they're attractive. They don't need to constantly prove it to their own ego that they're worthy by banging a young girl, because they know, I have mastery in love, in relationships, in sex. If a beautiful, high-level woman comes in my life, I can give her a great experience, but I'm not constantly out there chasing validation from the other sex. On a similar note, beta dude, nice guy, lands in the friend zone. Again, check my empathy dominance video to have it explained on a scientific matrix way. But no secret, lame, weak dudes land in the friend zone. Girls say, you're a nice guy, or I'm sure you will find a great person, just not me. They get really bitter and they enter the red pill or the black pill movement. They become really salty about women and they blame women for their own dating problems. They basically push away all responsibility. They think, I'm great, I'm such a smart Sigma male, I have a degree, I have a 6-figure job, I work on my body, on paper I'm a great guy, I'm the man they say they want, and they still don't want me, and it's all fucked and it's all rigged, and chats get all the girls, and look at this statistic and proof, and they get really bitter, right? Most of these guys kind of like weird to hang out with. Many dudes get stuck here. Little amount of guys actually think, hold on a second, maybe I should actually talk to women. Maybe I should finally really understand them, not based on some 60-second TikTok, YouTube clip, but actually having women in my life, reading their DMs, listening to their problems, actually trying to see their point of view. So they make, if they're a true alpha, female friends. They gain empathy. They don't blame them. They try to empathize with them. They understand everything has a reason. So if women complain about certain men, or women date other guys and it's not me, they try to find the reason for that. They get female friends, which is interesting because we started in the friend zone. So this guy had female friends, but not lovers. And this guy has female friends who were his lovers. That's the difference. Before the beta, he got friend zoned. The alpha is friend zoning, right? He maybe sleeps with a girl and then they become friends after, or he has so much abundance that he knows better not fuck her a few times because it fucks up the friendship, and he just keeps her as a friend. He friend zones her. The beta male spends. He's a simp. He's spending money. He's signing up for her OnlyFans. He's buying her flowers. He's trying to impress her with cash because he doesn't feel enough. So his money needs to compensate for that lack of pride. A lot of guys are stuck in that, right? So many men work only on money. They think it's the big solution to all their love problems. Well, eventually they realize, fuck that bitch. I gave her this bag, I gave her the dinner, and she still didn't respond to me, and she still didn't fuck me. From now on, it's gonna be 50-50. I'm gonna be cheap. She needs to earn it. The first date is gonna be a fucking cheap coffee, and we're gonna split that one, and I'm gonna sit in the grass, and she needs to prove herself to me to earn me, to deserve me. Not very sexy, right? There's still a polarity. You're still the man. Maybe you're even 10 years older than the girls you're dating. Probably you're earning more than her, and so on. So if you really want to be an alpha, you're gonna invest. You're gonna understand the polarity, and you're gonna, first of all, make more money anyway because you have a mission, you have a purpose, you're solving problems in the world. You don't buy into some rich quick schemes. You're actually working, you're using your brain if you're so smart. And you, first of all, make more money, and you don't care about a couple of dollars. And also, you're using your money to solve problems for her. You don't care about the date being a little more expensive. If she doesn't respond, you're fine because you live in abundance. If she needs help, you solve it for her. You're gonna order an Uber for her. You're gonna make sure she's safe. If it's winter and she needs a coat, you're gonna buy that for her as a gift. You're gonna fly her in to see you because you didn't see her for a while, and she misses you and you miss her. So you're gonna use money to buy plane tickets, right? Not to buy bags, not to buy jewelry, but to enable her and you to have a better relationship. And you're not gonna turn bitter if she doesn't appreciate it, because you actually appreciate her feminine energy. You appreciate her time. You appreciate the support she gives you. Of course, not every woman does that, and you have to learn the ability to, dig through, are there girls who are just after your money, and are there girls who actually want to have a great experience with you? But believe me, in my experience, way more women want to have a great experience. They actually want to spend time with you, and they're not gold diggers like it seems to be if you believe the YouTube algorithm that just pushes that type of content. The beta dude, he's shy, he's introverted, he doesn't really know what to say, when to say it, how to flirt with a girl, how to create connection. So it feels really awkward. So he decides, I need to get out of my shell. I need to become one of those alpha dudes, right? So he starts being loud. He starts watching content of over-the-top pickup artists. He's starting to spin girls in the club. He's screaming at people. He says, shots, shots. He's like telling them jokes. He's like, hey, bro. He starts fist bumping people. quite obvious when you know what I'm talking about, that it's again an overcompensation for like a lack inside of them. Very annoying. Some people get stuck in it. What if you feel yourself sometimes doing things that don't feel right, that are actually not you, and you're doing them to be more outgoing, you can transition into actually having courage to sit in the pressure, okay? So you don't want to be the shy guy staying at home, the introvert, incel, just avoiding social interactions. You want to put yourself into social interactions at parties or approaching women on the street, but then you don't need to overwhelm people with talking. You can just sit in the pressure. You can ask a good question and then pause. You can approach a girl on the street and then just stand there and let her talk a little bit, or just be okay with silence, be okay with the cringe. That's actual alpha behavior. Another beta behavior is respecting women too much, right? Sounds crazy. How can you respect them too much? Well, really the beta male thinks he's so respectful by assigning the good girl label to her, by acting like she doesn't want sex and he really understands that, so he doesn't make a move at all. He's not escalating on dates, he just talks to her. Not because he's too shy or he's too awkward or he doesn't know how to escalate or he just can't do it. He's so respectful. So he's basically lying to himself. What does she do? She gets bored. She wants to fuck. She's horny. She's a woman, right? So he gets really salty. He gets angry. What the fuck? I paid for 5 dates and you didn't fuck me? And he thinks there's like this gold at the end of the tunnel where she suddenly opens her legs finally at some like milestone. Bad for him. Again, what do guys do often in these cases? They label the girl as slut. They go into red pill and black pill stuff. They put away all responsibility. What does the real Chad, the real alpha, the real Tyler do? He accepts the world for what it is. He understands women wanna have sex. Women are sexual beings. Women go on a date to experience something interesting, something sexual, some tension. It doesn't always have to be dick and pussy. It can be massage, sensuality, verbal, sexual stuff, romance in the air. So he understands that on every level. He has empathy. He has female friends. He talks to them. He knows what women want, in what stage. He knows when to escalate and when to back off, when to try again. He's really in the zone. And he's basically, simply put, good at flirting. When it comes to money, the beta guy is humble, right? He's a minimalist. He despises capitalism. He doesn't need so much. He survives with little, and everybody who wants to get more is basically an asshole and just showing off. Okay, that works for him for a certain period of time. He will find other beta males who he can vibe with, or he can glue himself to some street together for a while, and then eventually he realizes, shit, I want to get laid. And then he starts the bragging phase. So he uses the money he makes, maybe he gets a better job or he hustles a bit harder, but then he instantly uses the money he makes to show off. He makes, I don't know, 50,000 in 1 year because he worked really hard, but then he spends that on bottles in the club. He's renting a crazy car for a week to take a lot of photos. He's doing a crazy holiday to Ibiza, booking tables, or basically living way above his means to show, look, I'm enough now. I'm the real alpha now. What does the real alpha do? He has ambition. He has a long-term mindset. He's investing his money. Sure, sometimes he's rewarding himself with a status symbol, or he understands maybe even the power of status symbol in certain circles, but he's not showing off quickly, and he's budgeting, right? He knows I'm making this much, I'm spending that much, this is my long-term projection. And really, why is he doing that? Because he wants to be a true alpha. He wants to be a provider. He understands, I want to have a family, I want to have children, I want to have a wife, I want to treat my wife good, I want to make sure my children are healthy, they have a good start into life. I don't want to spoil them, but if something crazy happens, I have everybody's back. He wants to provide for his friends, his community, so he thinks smartly, long-term, and he's using his money in a smart way. And especially, he's ambitious. He works hard, and he thinks, yeah, maybe I'm a capitalist, or yes, I'm using the capitalistic system to get stuff out of it. I'm strategic about it, and there's nothing bad about it. He's has a challenging mindset and he wants to compete because he's a strong alpha male. So if you actually want to take this serious, you can take a screenshot of this video and circle for yourself what stage are you at currently. Which behaviors are you currently presenting the world with, especially when it comes to women, and how can you transition from one step to the next? If you want to be courageous, if you want to show courage, you can comment your results in the section below. I will read it, I will help you. If you want my help to become more powerful, to become a true alpha, you can click below and book a free consultation call. It will be an intimate call where we can talk about your life, your current situation, and how we can work together. So remember, something magical is only one approach away. I want you to go out into the world and socialize. And until then, I see you for the next video.